Hi, I'm Paige Bartholomew, and today I'd like to talk to you about authentic living. It's taken a really long time to get where we are in our civilization today. The road to awakening has been long and painful for most people. I know for me, I had a painful childhood, growing up feeling like a misfit in a world that I didn't understand. I seemed to be shocked a lot of the time at the traditional behaviors and attitudes of my family and the people around me. And I thought there was something wrong with me. Maybe you've had this same experience. As I've gotten older, I've started to realize that there was nothing wrong with me, and there was nothing wrong with the others either. But we were operating on different vibrations. The way I coped as a child was to try to behave the way I thought my parents wanted me to. Most of the time I failed miserably at this and couldn't understand what it was that I was doing wrong. My self-esteem suffered so much. It was so painful for me. And I think that my family was just exasperated with me because they just didn't understand why I couldn't get what they were trying to mold me into. And honestly, I didn't ever get it. I never did understand what it was they wanted me to be. It never came naturally to me. I tried really hard to fit myself into the 3D worldly perspective that everyone else around me seemed to take so naturally to. Ever since I was a small child, I've had this image of a rope around my neck. And whenever I try to speak to a crowd of people or an individual who does not vibrate on my same frequency, the rope tightens. It gets so tight that my throat closes up and I get red all over my chest. The internal message that I carried was that my existence was dangerous for the people I loved. My existence was dangerous for this world. And I would imagine that many, many people of the love feel the way that I feel, have grown up the way that I've grown up. Because people of the love, many of us have special qualities that allow us to see where things are not in alignment with the love. When something's not in alignment with the love, my whole body starts to go, no, this isn't right. And then we want to speak that. We want to say, hey, this isn't right. I would like to see change here. And the people who aren't ready for change, they don't like that much. Now, I'm not saying that people who aren't ready for change aren't loving people. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that there are a group of people who have come to this world in growing numbers over the past 50 years who came here specifically to notice where human beings on the planet are going out of alignment with love. And when we notice that, we're supposed to be speaking up and saying so. But we've been so beat down and told to keep quiet and given the impression that we're annoying and that somehow we're dangerous. Who would want to speak up when we're getting that message? The time has come for us to speak. And I really want to thank all of the forerunners who came before me that paved the way for me to be able to speak. I feel safer now in this world. Living authentically has everything to do with the awakening. One of the most important lessons that I've learned in terms of living authentically is, at this point in my life, I don't allow anyone in my life anymore who doesn't vibrate with the frequency of love. I used to let people hang around me who didn't vibrate with the frequency of love, and it really it really made me sick. Nowadays, if someone is pirating off me, off my energy, if someone is taking from my energy, or if they're vibrating fear as a primary vibration for themselves, or vibrating non-trust as a primary vibration, or vibrating resentment, or vibrating judgment, I don't let them in my sphere. I just find a way to move away from these people, because I have something important to do here, and so do you. It's vital that we surround ourselves with people who are vibrating with the frequency of love. It's a matter of survival, not just for ourselves, but for the whole planet. So if I'm trying to live a life that's in any way inauthentic for me, I'm going to have a lot of trouble ever being able to help someone else. So I think the first step in awakening is beginning to make the decision, the choice, the intention to start living really authentically with what I want. What do I want? So one day I just woke up and decided, you know what, I'm going to start following my own heart. I'm going to start following my own impulses. And very quickly, my own heart began to show itself to me. My own impulses and guidance became clear. And I don't mean, lower impulses or selfish impulses. I mean, yes, I do mean selfish impulses. I mean, if I feel like staying in bed, and I have a husband who can take the children to school, and I need to stay in bed for my emotional stability, then I need to ask my husband to take the children to school. If I'm invited to a party and I really feel like, oh, I should really go so I can keep these relationships up, but I am not feeling like going to this party, I need to say no. I need to honor myself first. The beautiful thing about humanity is that each of us can be an expert in ourself. I may not know anything about anything else, but if I go on a journey of self-exploration, I can learn who I am. It is so important to let yourself be honest with yourself first, and then with the other people around you. Hey, I'm feeling really upset about this. Do you think I could get your ear for a little while? Maybe talk this through? If we're feeling angry about something, it's really important that we get clear about how we feel, if we can, why we feel it, and then be able, when we're ready, to communicate it to others in a way that isn't hurtful to others. The more authentic we become, the more we begin to develop special skills. For instance, the skill of being able to feel what someone else is feeling. The skill of being able to maybe intuit what's coming in the future. These are skills that I call superpowers. My 12-year-old son likes that. The more authentic we become with ourselves, the more we grow our superpowers. So it's not about how many hours can I meditate. I think we had it a little bit backwards. It's not about traveling out of body and astral projecting out into the cosmos. It's about traveling inside our own hearts. When you know your own heart, you know the entire cosmos. It might be a slow process. It might be a fast process. I don't really know. I do know that it is going to happen, that it is already happening. And the reason I know that it's happening is because it's happening with me and many people that I know. I'm so pleased to be here with you on YouTube. And if you'd like to get in contact with me, you can find me on Facebook at www.facebook.com/The Revolution of Evolution. I love you all.